What's going on with these drones? Everybody wants to get your opinion.
Well, some backstory on that. These all began some months ago after a team of high-level black site defectors decided that they would come forward between now and early January. And they are now launching what we had predicted in the late 1990s, and that is a series of diversionary false flag events to confuse the public and the politicians and the Pentagon as to what these UAPs are. So the whole launch of the drones that you're seeing in the United Kingdom, those started after I got back from the United Kingdom, providing briefings to the senior leadership of that country about this emerging disclosure that will be the biggest event in modern human history, frankly. And they will be unmasked. They will be named. They will have the evidence. They will have the proof. And that's all happening in the next 30 days or so. So that is what is happening. The drones are a predictable launch of a diversionary and a confusing event. They're certainly not extraterrestrial or NHI, subterranean facilities, or what some people call DUMBs, deep underground military bases, where they can launch these sort of objects and create all kinds of confusion and alarm and panic. This is now breaking all into the mainstream news, just as this group is pivoting to disclose the facts and the real information. So this is a PSYOP, psychological warfare operation. So this is going to be the biggest disclosure in modern history, bar none. It's a battle. Now, why? Because after all this comes out, this is when the battle really begins. Because what does a new incoming president do about this? What is the Congress going to do about it? Do we put our military and the media go on this sort of rabbit hole of negative, false information, which is 90% of, say, ufology, abductions, mutilations, good aliens, bad aliens, grays, all the stuff that's been put out there over 70 years of counterintelligence and psychological warfare operations. If that is where that goes, we're in an interplanetary conflict. If we can expose that as a big lie, then we can move to what has been called this golden age. And by the way, it wasn't just Trump that said, we've been talking about a new golden age of enlightenment on Earth since I started being a meditation teacher in 1973 and 4, 50 years ago. And it's about this information coming out with the technologies being used for peaceful purposes to eliminate poverty and create almost like a heaven on earth and fix the environment with free energy, but also to start a program where we make contact with these civilizations peacefully instead of shooting them down. So the disclosure coming out is the easy part, even though it's taken me 31 years to do it, 33 years.
Well, this is interesting. So Dr. Greer's statement about what the drones are, psychological operation, is correct. We have with the magician here a little more information on that. We have the oracle card: divorce, ghosted, separation, distance. What I find interesting here is that it's evening and it's foggy and that there's this weird light over here. So definitely that this is happening as an illusion. This is true, Dr. Greer, but I guess you knew that. The thing that I did find interesting is that I got none of the cards that we set out here for card rules. What this tells me is that they're not interested in letting the public know exactly who is behind it, but what they are telling me is about the flavor of the attitude of the individuals that are behind it. We have the King of Wands here, and the King of Wands is about a very clear plan, very clear planning, and very intentional planning. So again, an intentional illusion. I like the way that the Eight of Coins, which is a master craftsman. This is also about someone that is very skilled in the thing that they do. So the individuals that are doing this, by whom, answering this question, have a great deal of skill with what they are building. They have a lot of knowledge about these things, and this is a very clear plan to create the solution for the people. The purpose here, we have not again getting no indications of who, but the attitude is interesting here, because this attitude of the King of Cups is about diplomacy and compromise. And we're looking at money. And the oracle card that goes with this one is cautious, insecure, and guarded. Guarded is the one that came out, as being important here and guarding the money. So this is about an exchange of some kind. Now, whether it's physical money, and it could very well be, but this could, with the Chariot being here in the middle, I'm thinking this is about technology as well, with the motive of this two-faced, double-life cheater, backstabber, a negative influence behind this, one that doesn't necessarily have good intentions for the human race. So in that sense, what Dr. Greer is saying, they are verifying as true. So let's move on to question number 2. All right, so the answer to our question, will it be by the end of January 2025? And we have the 3 of Swords, which is about deceit, deception, broken heart, sorrow. That's a no. And the clarifying card here for this is blood ties and inner circle. So the thing that I, of course, was drawn to was inner circle here. So it's got something to do with connections. Not going to happen in the next 30 days, but Dr. Greer, you will get your disclosure. Because the next question, if no, will it happen? And we have a yes. The Tower, absolutely. This is going to come out. These lies, this cheating, this deceiving is going to end. This is a card of new beginnings and learning things, discovering things. So this will come out. And, relax, get away, and have some fun, Dr. Greer. Take a vacation, because you've done your job, and I'm sure you will continue to work towards that. But they're saying, good job, you've done your part. All right. So next we have, what narrative will win this information war that Dr. Greer is speaking of? And we have that the positive is going to win. The positive narrative is going to come out on top here. Smelling the Roses is the indicator card for the oracles. The Queen of Swords is about clarity, justice, and truth. Death is about transformation. And the Queen of Wands is about communication. So absolutely, the narrative will come out, and it will go in a positive direction. It will be, I guess, won, if we want to talk about it as if it is a war, by positive forces. And here, what is the outcome for mankind? I think this is interesting, because here we finally had one of those cards that was in the card rolls before, the Knight of Pentacles, which indicated the United States Army military. And consequences, bad choices, games, and mixed signals. The truth is going to come out. It will be shared. And there's going to be a balancing here. The truth will cause some consequences when it's made known that there were players within the military, perhaps, that were involved. So there we have it, Dr. Greer. The cards are verifying your information. You might not get what you wanted within 30 days, but it looks like it's definitely on its way.